Here is the latest warning of violent Typhoon Dolphin from today, August 1st, 2026, to the next few days. Subscribe to our channel for daily weather updates. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for this detailed weather update on violent Typhoon Dolphin. This powerful tropical cyclone continues to move across the western Pacific Ocean and remains a very dangerous system capable of producing life-threatening weather conditions over the coming days. Although the storm is expected to gradually weaken later in its life cycle, it is still an extremely powerful typhoon that demands close monitoring from residents, mariners, and authorities across the region. As of today, August 1st, 2026, violent Typhoon Dolphin is located approximately 3,182 kilometers east of Kadena Air Base. During the past 6 hours, the storm has been tracking toward the west-northwest at around 17 kilometers per hour, or 9 knots. The ocean surrounding the cyclone remains extremely rough, with maximum significant wave heights reaching 13.7 meters, or approximately 45 feet, making the surrounding waters extremely dangerous for all marine activities. At the current stage, Dolphin remains a very well-organized tropical cyclone. Dangerous winds continue to circle the powerful eye, while towering thunderstorms extend far from the center of circulation. The storm is capable of generating destructive winds, torrential rainfall, massive ocean waves, dangerous storm surge, flash flooding, and landslides, particularly if it approaches populated islands later in its forecast track. Meteorologists indicate that Dolphin will continue moving on a generally northwestward path for the immediate future. This movement is being controlled by the southwestern edge of a large subtropical ridge positioned near 40 degrees north latitude and 177 degrees east longitude. Atmospheric steering currents remain well established, resulting in a highly predictable track during the next several days. However, the larger weather pattern over the Northwest Pacific is expected to evolve. A long-wave trough extending southward from the Kamchatka Peninsula is forecast to lift northward over the coming days. As this occurs, the western extension of the subtropical ridge will gradually strengthen and expand toward the west. This changing steering pattern will force Dolphin to begin a gradual turn from its present northwestward movement toward a more westward direction. Forecast models indicate that after approximately 60 hours, a strong high-pressure ridge centered over the Korean peninsula will become the dominant steering mechanism. Under the influence of this ridge, Dolphin is expected to continue traveling generally westward toward the Ryukyu Islands during the next 5 days. Although the forecast track is becoming increasingly clear, forecasters are paying close attention to changes in the storm's intensity. Dolphin is rapidly approaching the end of the favorable environmental conditions that have allowed it to remain such an intense tropical cyclone. During the next 6 to 12 hours, the typhoon will begin moving over waters with lower ocean heat content while simultaneously encountering stronger vertical wind shear. Both of these environmental changes typically reduce the ability of tropical cyclones to maintain or increase their strength. Another important process currently affecting Dolphin is an eye wall replacement cycle. This is a natural event that often occurs in the strongest tropical cyclones. During this process, a new outer eye wall forms and gradually replaces the original inner eye wall. Although this temporarily weakens the cyclone, it frequently causes the storm to grow much larger in size. Forecasters believe this eye wall replacement cycle is nearing completion. Once it finishes, Dolphin may briefly regain some additional strength, and there remains a short opportunity for the storm to once again achieve super typhoon status. However, this opportunity is expected to be very limited because environmental conditions will soon become increasingly unfavorable. As a result, the official forecast predicts a brief period of slight re-intensification immediately following completion of the eye wall replacement cycle. After that, Dolphin is expected to begin a slow but steady weakening trend extending from approximately 24 hours through the next 5 days. Even though maximum sustained winds are expected to decrease gradually, this should not be interpreted as a reduction in overall danger. In fact, future eye wall replacement cycles remain possible throughout the extended forecast period. These events are notoriously difficult to predict accurately. Each cycle can temporarily alter the storm's intensity while simultaneously expanding its wind field. This means that damaging winds, dangerous seas, and heavy rainfall may extend much farther away from the storm's center than they do today. This expansion of the wind field means larger ocean waves, stronger coastal impacts, wider areas of rough seas, and an increased potential for dangerous weather affecting locations that may not experience a direct landfall.
Mariners across the Western Pacific should therefore continue exercising extreme caution, while coastal communities should closely follow official warnings and updates. Forecast confidence regarding dolphins' track remains remarkably high. Numerical weather prediction models continue showing excellent agreement, with only relatively small differences in the projected path. Among the available guidance, the NavGem and GFS models represent the southmost forecast solutions, while the HWRF model remains the northmost solution. Perhaps even more encouraging for forecasters is the excellent clustering between traditional physics-based forecast models and newer artificial intelligence forecasting systems. Nearly all guidance supports the same overall track scenario, giving meteorologists high confidence that dolphin will eventually turn westward and continue moving toward the Ryukyu Islands. The primary remaining uncertainty is not the direction of movement, but rather the storm's forward speed after approximately 4 days. During the first 4 days, forecast positions from nearly all models remain tightly grouped together. However, by the 5th day, the difference between forecast positions increases significantly, within a long track spread of approximately 407 kilometers. This uncertainty mainly reflects differences in how quickly the storm progresses westward, rather than major disagreements in direction. Based on this strong model agreement, forecasters have positioned the official forecast track close to the multi-model consensus and assign high confidence to the projected path. Forecast confidence for dolphins' intensity is considerably lower. Different prediction models continue producing a wide range of possible outcomes. During the next 12 hours, the HAFSA model, HWRF, and experimental Google DeepMind forecast systems all suggest that dolphin will maintain nearly steady strength before beginning gradual weakening. Beyond approximately 36 hours, however, forecasts begin diverging substantially. The HAFSA model predicts much faster weakening, reducing dolphin to around 155 km per hour, or 85 knots, after 60 hours, and approximately 120 km per hour, or 65 knots, by the 5th day. In contrast, the COAMPS TC model projects that dolphin could remain exceptionally powerful throughout the entire forecast period, maintaining winds of approximately 240 km per hour, or 130 knots, even after 5 days. Such a large difference between forecast solutions illustrates why confidence in long-range intensity predictions remains relatively low. Because of these significant differences among forecast models, meteorologists assign medium confidence to the short-term intensity forecast, but lower confidence beyond the next several days. Nevertheless, the most likely scenario remains one in which dolphin briefly regains some strength before gradually weakening under increasing wind shear and cooler ocean conditions. Regardless of its exact intensity several days from now, dolphin will remain a dangerous tropical cyclone capable of producing severe weather over a broad area. Residents across the Ryukyu Islands and nearby regions should continue monitoring official forecasts closely, while shipping interests across the Western Pacific should avoid the storm's projected path due to extremely hazardous seas and hurricane-force winds. To summarize today's forecast, violent Typhoon Dolphin remains an extremely dangerous and well-organized tropical cyclone located far east of Kadena Air Base. The storm is moving west-northwest and is expected to gradually turn westward during the coming days under the influence of strengthening high pressure over the Korean peninsula. Dolphin may briefly regain some strength once its eyewall replacement cycle completes, but a longer period of gradual weakening is expected as environmental conditions become less favorable. Even so, the storm's wind field is likely to expand, allowing dangerous weather to affect a much larger area. Thank you for watching this latest update on violent Typhoon Dolphin. Please stay informed through your local meteorological authorities, follow all official warnings if you are in threatened areas, and remember to subscribe to our channel for daily weather updates. Stay safe, and we'll see you again.